Today on the Handyman series, we're gonna try to replace this this traditional switch with a smart one. So this is an existing switch. It's a three-way, so it controls three lights, and we want to replace this with a smart one that can be controlled with your phone via an app, and also integrated into a network so that you can be able to control it anywhere in the world that you find yourself. So this is the smart switch that we're going to be using. So three ways. So for three light bulbs. And that's the wiring schematics. And then you do have your tools for the job. Your tester, your stripping tool, wire stripper, and of course your screwdriver. This happens to be a ratchet type. And then you're gonna have capacitors. Now you need these capacitors because for smart switches, small screwdriver or the tester can come in handy. Now let's take the screws out and then open this sucker. So here you go. This is the wire in the back that's red, so it's live, it's hot. If you screw around, it will get electrocuted. So that's live. So a traditional switch and a smart switch. All right, folks? So to make my work a bit easier, I went ahead and labeled the wires so I know which is which. So I know this is the kitchen light, and then two is the kitchen light. Go right in there, and then one will feed one out. So we got the wires in there. They look much cleaner. So you got your live. That's your live right there. One is labeled over there. And you got your two, second to third pin, and then your three, last pin. One, two, and three. So there are no more manual switching, just tap because it's going to be digitized. Okay? Okay, so we got the smart switch installed. It looks good. And as you can tell, all the light switches are on. Unfortunately, we don't even need to use the capacitor. That's a good thing. So currently the light is off. But let me touch it and see. So watch. Comes on. So you notice the light goes off on it, telling you that the switch is on or that light bulb is on. And then once I turn it, touch it again, it goes off. So that's a good thing. To a smart, an old standard switch to a smart switch. So now let's go ahead and try to set up the smart switch on my phone over here. So I'm mirroring the phone on my laptop over here, and I got my device automation tab. and I'm using the BroadLink module that allows for the integration. And currently, it already has picked up the smart switch as a BestCon device with the three-way switching. So I'm going to try to rename it. It's in the dining room, so I'm going to name it a dining room smart switch. So at least I know uh, that's where the smart switch is located at. So I got the dining room labeling, also dining room smart switch. Location wise, saved. Okay, so now we got that. Now let's rename the buttons to whichever police it corresponds to. So the first switch corresponds to the front yard light. That's for the first button on the switch. The front yard light. The second one is the dining room light. So you got dining room light for the second one. Third one happens to be the driveway light. So those are your three switches: front yard, dining room, and then driveway light switches or smart knobs. I also have the timer already set. Before that, I had the time set to 5:45 p.m. to turn the light on, and 6 p.m. for some of them. And then I do have 6 a.m. in the mornings to turn them off. So the first four are for timers that relates to evening time, and the lights on during evening time. And then the last two are for the morning to turn them off. Okay, so we got the smart switch set up. All the various buttons and their namings, and we should be good on those. And as I said, I'm using the BroadLink module to handle some of these things. So it indicates the location where all these devices are. You got the living room and then the dining room. The living room tells you the devices, the automated devices that are over there, and the dining room tells you which ones has the automated systems as well, like for the TV, AC, and what have you. Okay, so that's great. Now let's include the voice automation part. And luckily, because of the integration, it has already picked up some of these modules. Like the front yard is already picked up, the driveway, the dining room lights, all been picked up automatically because of how the integration I've already is set up. I've already set it up in such a way that it integrates automatically once a device is added. So I'm using the Amazon Alexa app for the voice automation. So you do see all the various smart switch modules. You can create routines, and other things as well within there. And that was integrated into the home security cameras as well. So some of the integrations are based on if there's a movement at nighttime or during the daytime, the light can turn on automatically via the Alexa app. And then so for the various locations that I got where the cameras are pointed at. Okay, so we're done with the configurations. And now if you notice, I want to point some few things out over here. The lights of the various button, in this case 3 buttons, are on now from the switch side. See, they're on. See all those blue lights or purple lights. Now that's an indication that the bulbs that these knobs are connected to are in an off state. So currently they are off. That's the reason why the lights are shown on these buttons on the smart switch. So that means that when the bulbs are in an on state, then any of these buttons over here that's in an on state, the lights will go off. It's just a way of indicating that the power has been transferred from the smart switch to the bulb. So hence there wouldn't be a light on the knob that relates to that particular bulb that's connected to. Okay, so now let's try to give that a shot. We're gonna try to approach the phone approach, using the phone to basically turn it on and off, and then we're gonna use the voice automation part as well. Okay, so let's try the phone part. So here I got the phone, and I'm gonna open the app. Okay, so I'm gonna open the BroadLink controller. Okay, so that's a BroadLink controller that was set up on the computer. Okay, so there's a switch right there. The lights are on. So you got your living room TV, the dining room smart switch, living room AC. So that's the dining room switch. That's got the various front yard light, dining room light, and then you have the driveway lights that we configured. Now let's use that to test the smart switch. So here I got this bulb is on off. Now let's try to turn it on. This is the dining room, so the middle one. I'm going to press the on button. And let's see if the light comes on. See, the light comes on after I press the on button. The light is on. Now if you go back to the switch, you notice that the middle is in an off state now. There's no light over there at the middle one, which is the dining room, because we've turned it on using the phone. So that's an indication that power has been transferred from the switch to the light bulb. Now let's use it again. To turn it off. So here we go, watch. So the lights. I'm going to press on off state. See, it's off now. So when you come back to the switch, it comes back on. Okay, so the same applies to the driveway and then the front yard. Let's try the voice automation part. So I'm going to use my voice now to control it using the app.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
That's correct. So now let me say something. Now let's try it out and see. We're using the voice control. So let's try using the voice control. Alexa, turn on dining room light.
Okay.
So you notice that the light is on just using the voice control, while the Amazon Alexa app, which is all based on the configuration we did on the computer. So the configuration is obviously indicating it works, it's seamless, and it's aligned the voice to control the light bulb from the switch side. Okay, so if you notice, it's in an off state. Let me try an on state by turning the bulb off. Alexa, turn off dining room light.
Okay.
So you notice the bulb went off. It was a bit of a delay, but it's part of the lapse that you have to deal with when you have some of these home automation systems configured. So now it's in an off state. The bulb is in an off state, which means the switch should be on an on state now. So it's on and on state. Too much light. There you go. Too much light. Great. So it's all thanks to what? The smart switch. Now let me show you the brain behind all of this integration. Of course, there had to be some background integration or hardware integration to make all of this possible. Now this is only an RF signal transmitter. So it needs a control module. And the control module is right up here. See that black device right there? That right there is the control module. So that black thing right there is the control module, which connects to the home network via this AP access point, so the Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi has a cable link that transfers the connection all the way back into my network rack. Okay, so that's the network rack that handles a chunk of the network implementation that I got in my home network. So that's your Alexa Echo Pack, the voice controller hardware that allows for the voice automation. Device, like a hockey pack. So this is the voice command device made by Amazon. Got your switches, your routers, and what have you, cablings. But so the transmissions from the Wi-Fi AP down to the rack to make all of this possible. All right. And the same process works with the connections, the voice automation, turning the fan, the AC on and the TV on as well. So we can try that so you guys can have a good look at it. Alexa, turn on living room TV.
Okay.
See that? TV comes on thanks to that black device. controlling the TV, and then the AC. Alexa, turn on living room AC. Now you notice you hear the ping sound, the AC is on now. Just through the voice automation. So the AC is powered up now. Alexa, turn off living room AC. Yep, see that? It's gone off. Because it's using radio waves, RF transmission, to control the AC and the TV. So let's try to turn the TV off now. I can show you guys what happens. Now watch the infrared module controller. Alexa, turn off living room TV. Now watch. It's off. Alexa, turn on living room TV.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off living room TV.
Okay.
So you see, with voice automation and the integration, everything is now working seamless thanks to the home network via Wi-Fi, which is purely the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, using RF infrared to control AC and TV, as well as the light bulbs through the smart switch controller. It's all thanks to what? Home automation and networking. As usual, I hope you've learned something. See ya. I'm out.